friends, welcome back to my garden. Today we are sitting out here on my backyard patio and enjoying some of my flowers. I dropped off the kids at school this morning and I have the littles eating right now their breakfast. So I thought I would make my breakfast outside today and enjoy some of my nice hot warm cinnamon tea, and also kind of enjoy our fake fall weather right now, where the mornings are like a low 53, 57 degrees, but by lunchtime we're at like 90 and 100. So I'm enjoying this while it lasts. In the mornings it's nice and a little chilly, almost sweater weather, but not quite yet, because we know that by lunchtime it's gonna be 100 and we're gonna wish that we had, shorts and a short sleeve shirt. So today we're just enjoying outside. I will be doing some outdoor projects today. I started putting some compost on our long fence border, and I'm gonna see what plants we're gonna plant today. So here where I live, we still have about like another month, maybe month and a half of summer left. So things I want to get done today in the garden will be, I want to clean up my gardening bench area. I want to put a lot of the stuff maybe in the garage, but then I also need to fix some space there too. And then I also want to get some of my plants planted in the ground. And I have a lot to plant, and I don't know where I want to plant it exactly yet, so we're gonna try to plant as much as we can today. So I hope you stick around and follow along. So here's my hot mess of a potting bench, which can't really utilize very well right now. It's just kind of become this, sitting space to hold all my things. So let's clean that up today. So I've had this bench for a couple of years. I bought it off Amazon. It was, I think it was under $100, maybe like 120 at the most. I really liked it when I first got it. I thought it was gonna be a nice addition to my patio here. With the time, the wood has lost its color, and some of it has started to kind of lift, and so it's decent, it's okay, it's not the best, but it's fine. It gets the job done, and that's what matters. So just cleaning it all up, and I am going to try to keep it clean, mainly because my 1.5-year-old likes to get in this area. He is at the height for a lot of these things that I usually keep in here, so I'm constantly trying to get him out of this area. So I'm basically trying to baby-proof it. As a new gardener, I like to keep all the bags and tags that I have for my plants, all the seed packets. And the reason I do that is because I just can't memorize all the information that's on them, and information for my plants. So this is a good way for me to kind of go back and look at the plants that I planted and the information, if I need to freshen up on anything that I might have a question about. Also, it kind of helps me to decide if I want to replant that plant or not, or if I liked it. There are times where I'm not so happy about some things that I'm like, well, I don't think I want to do that again. And this way I kind of make mental notes on what I want to continue to plant and what I want to stop. The containers I also like to keep, because I do plant some stuff from seeds. I want to keep the containers to kind of help recycle them for my seed planting. And here's my patio all cleaned up. I cleaned off the chairs and everything, and I organized this a little bit better so that it's nicer for Nico. If he gets in here, there's nothing that he can put in his mouth that can harm him. So today I decided we're gonna plant some of these plants in my shade garden because it gets mostly shade. This one is a baby palm that started growing, and it started growing over here behind my rose bush. And I just noticed it. I had not noticed it before, but it had gotten quite big. So I just took this out because I don't need any more palms. But, so this one is, it's technically a house plant, but I am hoping, since this is shade, mostly shade, indirect light, it will do okay here. I might have to treat this type of plant as an annual and just accept that it will die during our winter time. But we don't get very long winters, so I'm hoping to still keep it. It's called Hypostus. It says it likes bright light, and it's a house plant. It cleans air and nice style decor. So I'm gonna try to see if we can plant it here and see if I can keep it alive. A few days ago, I did add compost to this whole border here, and hoping it would help with the soil, so that it's not so harsh. So for this one, I do want to break it up a little bit, break up the roots at the bottom just slightly, so that it has somewhere to go. Behind here, I'm gonna be planting this one. This one I got off clearance. It is, it's an astable plant. It's called Unique White. It prefers shades. It only wants 1 to 3 hours of morning sun, so that's what this gets. This gets very little morning sun. And it blooms from spring through summer. It is a perennial, so it's going to come back for me after the winter time. So we're gonna soften up the sides here. And I do have a small astable that I grew earlier, like a couple months ago, and it sprouted a little bit, but it's not very big. So I'm going to try to plant it behind it and see how well it does. Okay, so I ended up taking the other one I had in there, that's this one, and I'm gonna move it just slightly over here, I think.
So I ended up actually changing my mind and moving it because after I tried to dig a little bit into the soil, it was actually really hard to get through. So I decided to move it further away from the tree.
Last thing I'm going to plant is my fern. Fern also can be more of an indoor houseplant. This one likes part to full shade, and it's for zones 5 through 8. Although I think if I keep it in mostly shade, it might do well here. And I think I'm going to do this under the rose bush. So this is an autumn fern, is what it's called. And this has to keep moist regularly. I do have a fern that I have in a pot up by my front door. And it does well there.
And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me and for visiting my garden. And happy gardening, everyone. See you next time.